Hey, traders. Happy Saturday. Good to see y'all. And, just coming by to say hi. Hope everyone had a good Friday evening. And, whatever. We're just hanging out, keeping things going, trying to decipher maybe what could be coming next for Bitcoin. There's a very slight edge in development,
China to me.
I guess.
China.
Okay, but it embarrassed Divergence on the 1 hour.
Yep.
This market is like the Walking Dead, bot trading paradise. 0.02992200 LTC.
Get back in the kitchen, Artie. Okay. Don't give me food poisoning. Thank you for the Litecoin contribution. Yeah, though you have 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, he's right. I mean, on a much less, 4 times less significant time scale on the 60-minute, you do have hidden bearish divergence. I saw that. Yep. So, I mean, like, the less significant time scale is implying a continuation downward is next. So you can't be surprised, I guess, if we do sell off here maybe on the new day, right? After this day closes, where it was a positive candle today. You know, you finally stopped making lower closes. This is a higher close technically than yesterday's close, but what happens just if this plays out, you sell off. 51 minutes the new day starts, and then maybe that's when it begins its development. Been a really methodical, low volume, nothing burger rally.
How do you feel about buying Facebook Meta calls for 2024?
Tito, I don't know about that, man. I mean, the question would be like, first off, how does the Facebook chart look? And then we would go to it and we would look for all the variables we would always covet for a potential high quality, viable swing trade, right? Where it's got all the variables we're looking for, the trend we're looking for, the macro, everything we're looking for. And then we could start talking about maybe like, strategizing with, some financial instruments like options or something. But if you have the technicals behind you and everything makes sense, and you would just take a long on it, I mean, of course, there's always a way someone could leverage and make money off that, but that's asking a lot. I mean, these conditions right now are terrible, and I'm pretty sure growth to value is sitting at a support, and if it breaks, buy. Value will outperform the crap out of growth so much soon. So, and Facebook, unfortunately, is a growth stock, certainly not a value stock. Well, I guess it's becoming a value stock now based on how much value it's lost. PayPal's a value stock too, because it's lost over 88% of its value from its previous major discernible swing low. So, anyway, all right, does that make sense? It's not just about how do I feel about something. It's like there had to be presented a very strong argument based on technical analysis. All right, so here we go. We got contradicting variables going on Bitcoin. 60-minute implying a continuation downward next, which kind of makes sense based on the fact that not even on the 60-minute there's bullish divergence. The hidden bearish divergence could probably play out, and then what would happen? It would sell off. We make a lower, the same low, and then we'd start showing actual bullish divergence on this time scale. It's crypto holder, man. The FAMAs, dude. The FAMAs.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $101.40. Shout out to all the farmers popping bottles tonight. Honest work. 0.038000000 ETH.
It is much. And it's still honest work. Thank you so much, Crypto Hoarder, for the $101.40. I'm thinking of Ethereum, right? I don't think you ever tip Ethereum. Thank you so much for the Ethereum contribution, man. That's right, they're popping bottles because they're kings. Because wheat has limited up 4 days in a row. I don't even know when's the last time that ever happened. The only time it probably could have ever happened was 2008, when it's running to those highs. It's still not at all-time highs, if you can even believe it. But maybe by next week it'll be there. It's crazy. So 60-minute, you just cannot be surprised right now if that played out and then we ended up getting classic bullish divergence or something on the same time scale. But yikes, not very good so far. But the 4-hour, again, like the 4-hour is very well it's in its development, right? It's losing that negative momentum. It's the lows, it's the discernible higher lows with higher levels of negative momentum, lower levels of relative strength. That is hidden divergence. It is another higher low for now, right? From your previous low to high, this is a 78% retrace. And, you know, I'm not trying to get people overly optimistic. I think people should proceed with caution until Bitcoin ever gets back above 42K, right? It's always kind of been the case. So be cautious. And I'm not trying to get people like, you know, falsely excited about something. But this is just doing very similar things to what silver did before it actually went and truly bottomed out. Where you had one bottom, a second bottom, then ended up being a third bottom, even locally, one low, second low, third low. It's like the same thing here. I mean, really, you know, it's like this is $23 is 42K for Bitcoin, $23 silver, the same levels of inflection. And then it's like we had identified the second low, the higher low, accumulation, very nice, and you rallied, and it looked like it was off, it was time, but then you dumped one more time, and then you made an 88% retrace from your previous low to high, that third low. And on the third low, what happened? You know, I think there was, you know, way stronger argument here, because like if you look at even locally, there was classic bullish divergence on a confirmation low. Look, one low and then the second low, much higher levels, and you know, it was diverging on both oscillators here. So the argument was really nice, but like from this low to the next low, you can see on the RSI, this happened, which is kind of what you're getting-ish right now, a little bit, right there. The low, then the slightly higher low with lower, or I guess higher levels of, okay, lower levels of the relative strength. Okay, so that's what you're looking for if you want some sort of third low. You gotta make a higher low here. And what the M shape, then the three lows. But like the M shape happens after you break the supply line. That's what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin created an M shape. It was a kind of pseudo M shape because it was too shallow right on this B point. What I'm talking about is let's just try to help you visualize. We have that. I'm gonna show you real quick and plot it. Okay, so silver supply line, Bitcoin supply line. Silver broke out of its supply line, and then Bitcoin broke out of its supply line and created this. Again, it's like, it's not a true formal harmonic. It's a little too shallow on B. I mean, it's almost valid. And then the 886, right? So you look at this, and then after it completes the M shape, after the supply line breakout, one low, two lows, three lows, right? And then again, supply line breakout, M shape, three lows. Inflection point right there. So there is hope. I mean, there is a chance. It's like, it's not over. Bitcoin's not dead yet. You can't write it off quite yet, but it's close. Just like silver was close to being written off right there, Bitcoin's close too. And if that 60-minute plays out, yikes, you'll probably be heading down to the 886. The 886 from your previous low to high, which will be low to high. That's exactly where silver went. Silver did go to its 886. This would be 38,100. So the 60-minute takes you down there. Maybe by the time it gets to the 886, you're showing 60-minute classic bullish divergence or something like that. What just happened? Did something happen? No, I'm crazy. All right. So let's go to Ethereum, I guess. But first, we must go to the weekly so you can see it, all right? The weekly on Bitcoin, if you can even believe it, somehow engulfing still. I wouldn't call it much of an engulfing candle, but if we look at major peaks where traders settled up on the weekly, you're actually technically okay here. You know, you weren't yesterday. You really weren't yesterday. This little pathetic scrub rally today on the weekend easily get taken out, has got you back above that $39,000 area. It's that weekly candle high close back from the week of June 7th of last year. And I think it's just the zone with the candle high close from January 4th, right? So you're above that. I mean, closing above 39K on the weekly will, I think, be good. I think that's what you would really want to see happen. But yeah, I mean, Of course, from where it was earlier this week at 45,300 to now, it's
Rising
extremely
3 methods
disappointing.
on
Yeah, I get
BTC
it.
5-day.
So yes, sir. I mean, the 5-day chart, dude. I already told you. I see your 5-day and I raise you a 7-day, which is this chart, that is still showing very real hidden bullish divergence and rejection of the bearish control zone. And when you reject the bearish control zone, really good things can happen, okay? I mean, you know, when you reject 40, good things can happen. You're rejecting 40 and you're pivoting in the neutral zone, which is good, I think. So all you need, though, you have to have price action. Like, dang, that sucks, you know, but like the weekly oscillator isn't bad right now, and it's not invalid, right? It's not, you know, you could start pivoting and oh, okay, and then it just starts rolling over again, and then it's like, that's not hidden bullish divergence arguments, dead. It's not real, but right now it still is real, still like could be being worked on. And again, you haven't seen positive momentum on the weekly since November 22nd, man. It's been multiple months. So where it looked okay, it's still not dead, even though the goodness of it just isn't as good anymore. It's still hanging on. Okay, now let's go to Ethereum. Let's just look at the weekly, I guess. Start with the weekly on Ethereum. That, yeah, just not really that good. I mean, it's the hidden bullish divergent argument still on like both oscillators now. But I think you certainly want to close the week above 2710, which is that weekly high candle close from May 31st. It'd be good because it's been a support before, it's been a resistance before. Why is it being a resistance again? Gross. So that's kind of, you know, is Ethereum's 4-hour showing us that divergence? Let's look at the daily real quick. Daily, yeah, just not good. I mean, it's not dead yet, but certainly not good. Or you just consecutive lower highs, just all this distribution's going on, and on this third peak, you're regarding the old resistance as resistance again. That's not bullish price action. The histogram's not really anything to write home about, just bearish convergence, but not in the bearish control zone, still at 44.7 daily. Yeah, just not as good looking as Bitcoin. Arguments stronger on Bitcoin because Bitcoin didn't make a lower high, it made the same high, at least. Here's your 4-hour where that rising wedge and the bearish divergence combination at the inflection point played out perfectly, right? It did play out well, and it doesn't really look good locally. That's terrible. But yeah, I mean, it really is here. I mean, it may fail. It certainly may fail. But the hidden bullish divergence argument's there. All I'm doing is reporting it because what we know how to at least identify it. Whether it's, you know, Class A or Class B is really close, right? It's like the same low, slightly higher lows where traders settled up, and I mean like barely at all. So it's so close that you could just say it's Class B hidden bullish divergence going on. But on the 4-hour, rejecting 40, right? I mean, for now, I mean, it just plays out. It's going to break back above 40, but you are in the bearish control zone on Ethereum right now, and it is a weak performer compared to Bitcoin. So it's not dead yet, but that's how close you are to it not really being good, right? To falling below it and invalidating the hidden bullish divergence argument. So I would just say if the 4-hour TA is respected, a continuation upward would be next, but it's not really good price action so far. I mean, looking at that, like, what is that? Low volume weekend crap? Oh, man, he wanted to see it. I mean, yes, sir, wanted to see it on Bitcoin. The 5-day, I've never got the 5-day. I have to literally create it. Hold on. Add 5-day. Okay. Added, made it, created it. Rising, what is it? No. What'd you say? Rising what methods? Rising 3 methods on Bitcoin 5-day. No, how could it be rising 3 methods? Please tell me how it could be a rising 3 methods. If you use Japanese candlestick mathematics, maybe if you converge these two together, it'd be one green candle, and then it would be the 3, and then the 1, so it'd be 5. This is 6 candles, so it's not real. I mean, again, you'd have to use the mathematics, which that's real. Japanese candlestick mathematics is a real thing. You can like add 2 candles together and it gives you something else, right? You can add 3 or 5 together to make 1, right? But I would say no, it's not. It's not that. And you are, it's certain. I mean, like on the daily and everything, the weekly, you are below support, so you need to be above for now. So, okay. So I'm sure the 60-minute on Ethereum is going to be hidden bearish divergence too, so that could play out, and it may not. The 4-hour hidden divergence may not play out, but it's there. It's implying a continuation upward on this time scale. But who knows? It's the weekend, man. Just relax. Just, you know, I don't know, drink some coffee or beer, or hang out with family, or just hang out here and chill. Just relax. Don't over stress about it. Don't overthink it here, okay? This is just things happening, and it's just happened. These developments just happen to be occurring on the weekend. So, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll just real quick, you know.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
I posted this for patrons last night. We don't really, I haven't looked at this in a long time on stream. And it'd just be cool to go back and look at it. This is just log scale Bitcoin. Okay, log scale Bitcoin that goes, back to yesteryear, to like, you know, this is like almost the 2011 chart, but started the anchoring 1 on the top, 2 on the top, and then 1 on the bottom. You just had to have those 3 anchor points, right, for its validity. But then, like, you know, COVID crash happened, and we tested it again. We tested that oversold area of the uptrend, right? When you're in an uptrend like this, the bottom trend line is considered oversold territory of an uptrend, and if you hit the top, it's considered overbought territory of the uptrend. So if we ever saw ourselves at 600K, we'd be overbought, right, in this uptrend in log scale. Okay, but you know, you're in the middle of you're just hanging on to this 25% trend line of the equidistant channel. You know, it's acted as resistance before, resistance before, resistance, resistance before. It finally broke it and went straight up to that heart line. And the heart line's been very well respected too, as you just unfortunately thrusted through it, sold off, and then you back tested the up thrust, which is the inverse of a spring back test of spring, it seems like, and you've drawn down, but you certainly haven't broken any kind of horizontal line support. It looks like you're trying to break that trend line, that teal trend line. And oversold territory at this point would take you down to around 26K, which here's the, no, I don't want to talk about it, but you do have to understand, like, if things go bad, which I think we're okay until, like, once we take out, 34K, it all, you know, this could be, you're talking about wave structures, you're just screwing around. And the potential wave structure and development, if the top's in, if like we've confirmed that it's a bear trend and we're bearish and we're not going higher, like the wave structure is really kind of scary, because you've made an 88% retrace, then you made a lower high. So what is that? That's a deep crab potentially. So if that was it, and we're about to start the C to D wave, the pattern completion zone of the deep crab, the 1618, is 24,920. Okay, so going back to this, 25,000 is the bottom of the log scale long-term uptrend. So that's something to think about. If, like, let's say things are going real bad, if you were thinking about what could be maybe potential targeting for what's next for Bitcoin, maybe, you know, if it is bearish, that could be X marks the spot, because it lines up. PCZ of that deep crab lines up with the demand line of the massive uptrend that's been going on. You know, it's 2013. So, and the 200-week moving average is a little bit lower than that. Who knows by the time you got there if this would be up, it'd be marginally up a little bit. I don't know, just we're just talking now, we're just spitballing ideas, because you have to, because we've never acted like we knew that the bottom's in on Bitcoin, and it may not be. And if the macro's too bad, Europe's falling apart, you know, this whole taking an entire economy out of the global financial system, I mean, the ramifications of that are, I mean, economists have already said that there are unforeseen consequences coming that no one has any idea about them. Like, oh, we're going to find out what's about to happen. Even the smartest people in the world don't know, right? So if it negatively is, you know, affecting crypto and we're going to flush out again, I mean, that 25K seems like kind of interesting level to be reassessing maybe an entry. That's not happened yet, okay? I'm not trying to get people scared. We're just talking. It's Saturday. All other markets are closed, so why not just spitball a little bit, right? Okay. Okay, let's total. It's here's this is also something I was doing, like just screwing around, right? If you look at total in log scale, this is total in log scale.
I like turtles.
So it's just like a form of consolidation after a markup, right? You have impulses, and then you have consolidation periods, impulses, corrections that end up turning into consolidation structures. This ended up becoming a massive 2.5-year large symmetrical triangle that bullishly broke out October of 2020, even back tested it and then engulfed. So good. But yeah, impulses, consolidation, impulses, consolidation. The consolidation here has just been upsloping. You got 1 and 2 on the bottom, right? Back from June and July, and you just lined those up, and then at just perfectly, it seems like you touched that same demand line from back there late January, and again just last month, February. So it's not a technical rising wedge. You have 2 touches on the top and then pretty much two major reactions on the bottom, right? I know you could say 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, but normally when you're talking about consolidation structures, it's like one discernible peak and then a sell-off, and then a rally, a discernible peak and then a sell-off. That's it's reaction highs, reaction lows. You have 2 on both sides. So anyway, if it was to pivot here and was to rally, you can clearly see the upside potential to take this thing all the way to like the total market cap, like 3.6 trillion. That's a big if though, right? I mean, this thing is, all it does is go up, long term, but my God, you understand how low it could go and still make higher lows and then run again to much higher highs. But it's just, look at the 200-week moving average, $755 billion. Wow. The whole crypto market below $1 trillion. Yikes, something bad would have to happen there. All right, so that's total log scale on the weekly, just for you to see kind of what's happening, I guess, whatever. Sorry to adjust something real quick. Because it was in log. Okay, not visible there. Okay. Out of log, back in linear. And you're actually interesting here. Things are kind of interesting again on total, where we're at least back at above the daily candle high close from February 21st of last year. At least, right? As you got a candle close confirmed breakdown yesterday. Today, immediate follow through is we're back at least above it. At least part of the zone, right? Just where traders settle up. I think there's a lot of validity in the close, but I know a lot of people just care about the wick. I care about both, man. If they're close enough, it just creates a zone. Look, the zone, it was just all over the place, all over the wicks. Look at that, man. Look at the wicks, and then the traders never settled up lower than the wick, right? And then look, from history, they settled up here, but they ran it that day. It's just, I like the zone, man. The inflection zones. And here you are, right back in it. You're in the zone, but it's really not good so far. Low, like the high and the lower high, the lower high, the lower high. God, man. Any day we could make a higher high would be great. because it's just not happening. Good news is you've tried to make a higher low. That's just not good enough yet. You got to get a higher high. Otherwise, the downtrend continues. God dang it, man. This whole stream's ruined now. I tried to turn it down, man, at the start of the... God. Okay, I'm just gonna, like, never have it at 30 again. It's gonna be at, like, 25 now. I don't even give a crap anymore. I'm done with this. Like, I'm just not... Too many variables, man. So stupid. I mean, like, and when I start, like, analyzing, I can't, like, I'm not paying attention to chat. I'm trying to focus, and I have no idea. It's like, it's just a stupid variable of having music in the background that always is there to, like, screw it up. Jesus Christ. Well, now it's perfect, sure. When it's, like, really low. Of course, it's you know, the music's perfect when it's way too quiet. I think you can barely hear it. That's the whole thing. Okay, so whatever. Total. Congrats on your consolation prize. You're scrubbed till you break 1.78 trillion. You're really actually a scrub till you make a higher high than previous high. You're a loser until then, dude. Screw you, total, until you make a higher high. God, done with it. Okay, let's go to BNB now. It's up 2.65%, right? Where we knew yesterday it wasn't dead. It just was it was bad price day. The argument's still alive. It's not dead yet until you break 330. I think when you see 330 again, you're done. I don't think it's gonna rally. If you, like, go down and test that one more time, I don't think it's done. I don't think it's gonna bounce again and then rally to 500. But again, anyway, good news is that's not happened yet, and it's just testing that supply line again and testing it as resistance. Yikes. Divergence, not really turning into anything yet, but you haven't made a lower low, which is, you're safe, technically. 4 hour. Look, man, it's the same thing. It's like hidden bullish divergence on a slightly higher low. It's doing 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. This is what silver did. Whether BNB does it or not, we don't know, and we don't even act like we know if it's going to play out. But we will identify the variables at hand, and it's not. It's like there's hopium. There's a chance that it plays out, and you rally to much higher prices, and you re-break out. What's up, Krebs? Sure, thank you, man.
Can we look at PZU stock?
Oh, what the heck? Oh, of course. See, now we got stream elements bugging out and doubling everything. Great. It's just every day, man. I can't escape the technical difficulties. It's impossible. So if the TA is respected on BNB, on the 4 hour anyway, continuation upward next and not down. But, you know, I'm sure the 60 minutes probably showing the same crap. Yep. Another higher low for now. But certainly, without a doubt, never higher highs anymore. Never. You hadn't made a real higher high, man. You hadn't made a real higher high since all-time highs on BNB, like for real. That was the last time you made a discernible major higher high. November 7th, and here we are, and it's March. Disgusting. Long time, man. Can we make a higher high after all? We're talking like, you know, we're getting closer and closer to freaking half a year now. I mean, Jesus. So, one day, man, if this level can hold, cool. But I mean, in actuality, I think that Bitcoin's even better than BNB. It is. It's like certainly way better. Think about the 24th, right? That's when the stock market bottomed out. It found a bottom, not the bottom. Certainly not the bottom. But it found a bottom, just like Bitcoin found a bottom, same day. They all moved, they were homogenous, they all worked together, all happened together. So S&P is 2% higher right now than its 24th low, January 24th low. BNB is up 14.6% above its January 24th low. Bitcoin's like 20%. So Bitcoin's outperforming, but crypto, even BNB, is outperforming the S&P 500 right now since that bottom, that temporary bottom. So this is your third largest crypto out there, man. And it's trying to imply that a continuation's coming upward next, not down, but it's the weekend. So next one was XRP, right? It should be. Let me refresh because you just don't know, man. Yeah, it still is. By like $4 billion. Yep, 4 billion. XRP. Incredible, dude. XRP looked good. I can't believe how well it survived the Euro meltdown on Friday. Just all the trading last week was terrible. Bitcoin selling all. This thing is still great. I can't believe, like, dude. And it's been showing hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and it seems like it's starting to redevelop. Where, yeah, you had a spike in negative Momo, but still, in the grand scheme, you're losing it more. Is this showing hidden divergence too? Oh, you know it is. Oh my God. It is. It's already beginning to play out. You gotta keep your eye on XRP. Please don't ignore it. It's doing some really, really interesting things, and this is not new. This has kind of been the case since it found its bottom in January. Think about how high. Look, all right, S&P is up 2% from its January 24th lows. XRP is up 36.76% since its January 24th low, outperforming the crap out of Bitcoin and the index funds. Interesting. Literally very interesting. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore these things. Because if a bottom ever gets put in on these index funds, say the S&P and the Dow Jones hold their supports, like they're barely holding them. God. But if they did, and Risk On got some bids, Bitcoin catches some bids, XRP is going to do really well. It's going to outperform probably. If you're going to outperform on the way down, you're going to outperform most likely on the way up. Yeah, Visa and MasterCard, they like cut off Russia today from their platforms. PayPal was yesterday. That's probably good for XRP. I mean, I don't know, man, because do you really want that for XRP? Is that the reason why XRP gets adopted, because a pariah state starts using it or something? I don't think you want that long term. Terrible. But I'll tell you, man, there's nothing but higher lows going on in this asset. Certainly, yeah, I get it. No higher highs. But guess what? Good news. No lower lows. Only higher lows. Only accumulation. Accumulation. 786 is moon. Right? Then it sell off another M shape. And the M shape, deep retrace 886. And then you rally and you fail to even test that low again. And now you're springing back, testing a spring of a critical level of inflection right now. Kind of crazy. That's kind of what silver or what gold did. Remember gold, like XAU, how it bounced above that 2011, 2012 peak, those three peaks, once and then twice, and on the second time it showed this hidden divergence. It was the daily though. Remember this? Just whatever. It doesn't mean it's gonna play out. I'm just talking about right here. Remember it one time and then two times, but it was, let me show you the daily, which is far more significant than the 4 hour. It was right here. It was one time, then the second time. That was it. That was the signal, the buying signal, and that's when the trade setup was posted. When it was showing for a year reaccumulation without a shadow of a doubt, and then broke those levels, 2011, 2012, and you back tested once, I don't know. Started rallying, oh my God, this could be it. Then you dumped, and then you tested a second time, and then you showed the edge, the hidden bullish divergence, and it was technically 1, 2, 3, but it was really the back test of the supply line that goes back to August 6th, all-time high, and then the other anchor was June 4th of last year, or July 1st, whatever, right around there, and then the back test of that supply line, and then moon, and then it's literally made its highest daily candle close since August 18th, 2020, and it's probably going to 2074. Is anyone surprised? You cannot be surprised on gold. If you're surprised, that means you're really, really new, or you just don't watch. Metals, yeah, metal moon boys are here to stay for a while. Russia banned. What is it? Crypto hoarder can only use Binance scam chain and Tron. Russia can't use XRP? Is that what you're saying? And you say XLM partner with Ukraine? I don't know. Did that happen? No one told me about it. The nether regions? Dang, dude, where's that? Is that where Moonboy is now? Okay, so let's look at Luna, because it's just 2 billion away from XRP. When it's up 4.13%. What a king, man. This is another one to pay attention to. So good. Like, if Bitcoin ever put a bottom in, this goes to 120. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You want to talk about an outperformer? Luna's probably the best performing asset out there. Let's just do the same thing here. Now, see, this is how different it is. It's like, see, January 24th. It's weird because Luna was like closed January 24th at like 66 bucks and then sold off while everything pivoted. Really weird. It's so out of sync with the macro, right? But it's still, from that level, it's up 38.66%. So it's outperforming everything from that January 24th level. But from its bottom, from February 1st, it's still up 100%, 97% in a month. Yeah, this was the beast, man. This was the king. Can't stop it. Gartley on Gartley action. Excellence working with Ukraine banks. That's cool. Yeah. Gold flakes on the pizza. Well, we talked about the micro nutrients in gold, but we also didn't know how much. We didn't really know how much gold we could consume before the effects became detrimental, or there was a diminishing return on the benefits, right? Huchai Ray likes truffles on his pizza. Of course you do, Huchai Ray. That's super posh, man. Super, a good word of the day, swanky. That's super swanky, man. All right, gold, but if you put on pizza truffles and gold flakes, imagine that pizza. That's super posh, man. Super swanky. Kingish behavior. All right, so that was your Luna that is just doing great today, and I think until you fall below 75 bucks, you're solid as F, man. You caught a reaction at that 886, and it was pretty pathetic. I mean, it's not much of a reaction. It's just so shallow. So let's look at Cardano, Hoskinson's child, that is below all formal horizontal line support, all of it. Yes, it broke the supply line, and it's trying to back test the supply line, and it showed bullish divergence, but that is trash. If you give me that much bullish divergence and you do nothing, you've already invalidated the bullish engulfing candle from the 28th of February. It's so bad, man. Like, you just can't be bullish on this. There's nothing about this. The only thing you could say about this is if Bitcoin reverts to the upside. That's a terrible argument. If you're looking at an altcoin or an asset and you have to say the only reason why this would go up is because the macro goes up. That's not good enough. You just can't be bullish on this. It's only made lower highs, lower lows since September of last year. And the bullish stuff, the bullish indicators, vastly underperforming, right? It's running up to test those old supports as resistance now for the first time in human history. It's never done that. It's never been like, oh, I'm gonna go test $1 as resistance. Never happened. Actually, not even there. Not even February 10th. It went up to a high of 98 cents, 97.8 cents. Not even $1. So this is the first time it's ever done that. So congrats on Cardano. Is there anything to even congratulate it on? No, there's nothing to congratulate Cardano on. It's just trash, and it's just doing bearish things. But it might rally because Bitcoin rallied, and we're not really sure on Bitcoin if it's gonna rally here. It's very, very tough times. 60-minute hidden hidden bearish divergence, 4-hour hidden, or 60-minute hidden bearish divergence, 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. Week, or then it's like daily showing, actually it kind of started showing class B bearish divergence on the second top, and then on the weekly it's showing hidden bullish divergence. You're talking about every time scale there's a contradicting variable on the oscillators. That's really murky, foggy. That's fog of war going on Bitcoin and its MACD histogram RSI. So good luck though. You know, I mean, you could try your best. You could do everything you can to trade this, or you could just be like, well, it's a little late now, but PLG, platinum, bottomed out, made the harmonic, weekly bullish divergence at the 886, breaking above the 200 week moving average to close it on Friday. Above the peak from September 2018. Clearly an inflection point. You're above it. You closed above it today, or on Friday. A lot of upside on this one. Lots and lots of upside on PLG, Platinum Group Metals. Remember, it's like, where's the macro? The macro is in commodities. Okay, so individual assets. Probably going to have a good time if they're showing bullish arguments, right? Because there's like way less, or there's more, I wouldn't say certainty, but there's just the technical argument's so much better for metals right now than crypto. And then the commodities that are not metals are really tough because they're literally just melting up. And it's like, you had your chance, and it was in 2020 when we were finding the like corn hitting its 2014 lows at the bottom of a mega range. I mean, you had your chances to accumulate on corn and stuff, and just you can't know where it's going to go eventually. But my God, no one thought it was going to do what it's doing now because of the geopolitical stuff. But yeah, there's opportunity out there for longs, and I think they're just better. It's just there's less fog, there's more clarity on other markets than there is crypto. Crypto's so, I don't know, man, it could do one thing and the other on. Uchare! We get some hype in the chat for gold and truffles on our pizzas.
Crypto_hoarder got me over here about to order pizza. Only thing I'm missing is the gold. Smirking face.
I love gold. Thank you, dude, for the one-up. You one-upped Crypto Hoarder right there. Thank you, dude. But dude, that's crazy. If you just, I mean, you can order gold flakes. I'm sure it's gonna be like way more expensive now than it had been. You know, you had a freaking decade to buy gold flakes for your pizza, man. Now you're gonna FOMO into buying golden flakes, not the chips. Okay, so anyway, someone said something about the fundamentals on this. Well, what is the one that is actually tracking platinum? You know, what is the, you know, you got SLV and GLD, right? Like, you know, GLD was wonderful. Complex inverse head and shoulder stuff, you know, and the higher low, the M shape, the supply line broke, everything. And it's so good, you know. GLD, highest daily candle close in September 2020, and probably not done. It broke out. It had a candle close breakout above those two peaks from November 2020 and January 2021. So yeah, that's crazy. So SLV, the SLV was so good. I mean, come on, dude, it was perfect. This is all identified here on live on stream. And if you were patron, this chart was at everyone, right? You hit the bottom of a trading range. You fell below it. Oh no, it's over. You fell out of it twice. But then you rallied, you sprung. And
I need monatomic gold.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, dude, for the 420 and the gold. So you sprung, you back tested the spring not once, but twice. And on the second low here on SLV, what developed? Hidden bullish divergence, continuation implied to the upside. Well, sweet mother of God, I think you got it. Highest daily candle close since I don't know, we're looking around like July 2021 and more upside. I mean, 26.59 eventually. So these were here and they were impeccable technical arguments. A little late now though to ask about gold and silver. Platinum pizza, I don't know. I don't think platinum's good for you, right? I mean, to eat platinum. I think we all learned from Family Guy, if you eat a bunch of nickels, you'll go blind or something. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that with platinum. Probably just as bad. But it was so many other things. It was like there was the jump across the creek, right? You jumped across the creek. You jumped across the creek and then you created the M shape. That's what Bitcoin did on the daily. It's done that. It did it, but it's not caught follow through yet. It hasn't done any of that. And it may not. It may not catch that. It may fail. Because you just can't treat, just because it happened on another market and another asset doesn't mean it's going to play out on Bitcoin, unfortunately. And that's why you can't, that's why there's no certainties, man. So it's all a game of probabilities, and you got to have risk management involved there too. And position sizing properly is very important. Crazy, man. It was like the weather was like 80 degrees today. I went outside. It was like the first day of the year that I was able to like go out and have a coffee and just relax on my patio, enjoy it. Dang, man, it's good. Today was a good day. Throw your cash on your pizza? Yeah, dude, that's just not posh, man. Even though the DXY really, really, really good looking, right? Just what an uptrend. Look at this impeccable uptrend. You know, I just had this plotted initially, and then, yeah, it kind of violated it a little bit. It upthrusted on the upside and downside, right? A few times, but in the end, you know, not adjusting it, not moving it, like, look what it did on Friday. It hit that supply line, it seems, and it did not break it. So, extremely well-respected channel, continuing to be respected, I guess. Again, you know. I think at the same time, 4 hour, we got some sort of crab pattern. High to low. Oh, wow, you hit the absolute max threshold of a crab pattern on the 4 hour. That's beautiful. Scott Carney be like, what? Hey, look at that. Pretty much a 618 on B, and then the 1618 on D. Dang, that is a textbook bearish crab pattern. Hitting that PCZ and reacting. It hit it and then just pulled back some. We'll see if we catch some more reactions there. But this is all right. If you're in an uptrend now, if the DXY is in an uptrend since, you know, I guess we're talking since July last year, you are in what would be considered in the uptrend overbought. You are overbought in the uptrend now, and you can add to that argument by knowing from your previous high to low you've hit a 1.618 fib extension. Kind of no man's land though, looking left, I think, right? And not too much up here. Yeah, I mean, your major peak's like $100, but you got peaks all over this place, man. This thing tops out everywhere if you go back far enough. So pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Jorge, why? Why, man? Tell me why. Dang, Hoochie Ray. How's that, Jorge? How you feel about that? Dude, that's freaking 400.
700 people watching. Only 267 likes. Smash the like button.
Wow, dude. And you know, people are saying done. Right, Rick? Hit the like button because Hoochie Ray said hit the like button. Thank you, dude. Yeah, thanks for the 700 people tuned in. Yeah, it's going to be a light day. This is the way it is when market conditions are like this. It's just, you know, lower viewership, all those things, man. It just comes with it. But the ones that are here, I can't even thank y'all. Holy crap. You know, it's, you could be doing anything, but you're literally watching the stream. 700 y'all, and that's freaking amazing. Really appreciate it. Wow. Crypto Hoarder, you've just been 4-upped. Is that 4-upped now? I don't know why. Session top super chat should have been adjusted. It didn't adjust though. It should say 400 for Hoochie Ray. Sorry, man. I don't know what's up with that. Stupid. we've got 3 minutes till your daily candle close. So let's go back to Bitcoin and we'll just have a 3-minute local on the 8s. Oh my God, man. So, argument got weaker. Weekend on Bitcoin sell-off. Rejecting 44,444. Repeating, of course, again. Rejecting the top of the rectangular range. Which I think that's the consensus here. We are in a range between 33.7 and 45.5. You're dead middle. Dead middle of the range. And if you could ever pivot and start rallying, then you could have what would be considered a potential partial decline. And if you ever saw 44,444
Love your work, dude.
again, you ever saw it again, it would be a confirmed partial decline, and there would be a 70% chance of a bullish breakout. What's up, Arabian Pleb? Thanks, dude.
Is that a joint?
You'll hear that. The sirens going off in Kiev right now. Prayers for them. Sounds like they're holding their own. They're continuing to hold their own, as I think the Russian logistics are causing massive problems, right, for their like front line and stuff. Like there's like, you know, reports that they're just having issues getting like, you know, food and you know, oil or like, you know, gas to the machines, the war machines, tanks and all that. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of misinformation and propaganda going on too, so everything's got to be taken with a grain of salt. This is on both sides. All right, beautiful supply line broken, and then the M shape. It's just silver. It's trying to pull a silver, and if you could pivot here for real, it would be silver. So brain freeze. Yeah, we'll look at the look at it. We got 1 minute. 1 minute till the daily close. We're just hanging out for that, and then we'll go to the request for sure. PCU, not PCZ. Silver, trying to pull a silver. I'm not sure about that, man. I don't know how silver could pull a silver. So what do y'all think, chat? I mean, should we do a poll? Should a quick poll? I mean, a few people. Will 4-hour hidden bullish pattern play out? There's a new day, chat. Jesus chimes. Alright, I'm asking the community, will it play out? Yes or no? It's very simple. I should do another poll on, will the 60-minute hidden bearish divergence play out? I don't know if they can both play out, dude. Right? I don't think that's possible. Unless the negative builds and then it starts losing again. I don't know. So, yeah. So, again, the 60-minute was like the thing that made you say, I don't know about that 4-hour. You know, this is very real. The high, then the substantially, pathetically trash lower high with much higher levels. I mean, that is so gross looking. So, I don't know how TA can be respected when they're one saying one thing, the other saying the other. The daily was saying another, and the weekly saying another. Like, it's just so tough, man. All right, we're looking for the stars to align, not the stars to be literally all over the place. That's what's kind of going on the Bitcoin oscillators on time scales, different time scales. Okay. Rolling over, I haven't really even moved. It's just sitting there, and it certainly could. I mean, if the 60 minutes anything, just imagine. Bitcoin sells off some, and then you get oversold again, and then what happens? You finally have an edge on it, your least significant time scale, right? The low, then the lower, same low, and then you're oversold, and you're showing divergence, right? That seems like a more likely outcome where it would do something like this, you know, it would maybe even go lower. But like on the slightly lower low, you'd get that, and then you'd probably get that 4 hour maybe plays out later, and then you get up to there, and who knows after that, you know? So could happen. This time scale's implying down next, but the 4 hours implying up next. Yeah, looks like we're going back to moon phase trading. All narrowed on, but yeah, dude, we got jokes, man. Okay, we got 60% of y'all saying that the hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour will play out. Hadn't happened yet. I would say it playing out would manifest into a rally to 40,665. I think that's fair enough, right? And that's enough to where, yeah, I could take you to 40, at least that or the 200 moving average or something like that. Only issue is the weekend. I mean, yeah, it is the weekend, dude. Certainly is. I mean, it's so low volumes. It's like almost like the market's closed right now. Any moves are just going to be meh. Probably Rudy Poo. Oh, I didn't vote, dude. It doesn't let me vote on these polls. The creator can't vote. Conflict of interest. How about those like other, you know, you're below all the moving averages right now, man. All of them, right? Yeah, you're below all of them. Bearish. Oof. Yikes, man. Bearish crossover on the 4 hour. That's some pretty gross stuff. It's really not even that big a deal. I wouldn't, that's why I never really look at it that much, but yeah, that's not great. All right, load it. Have a good one, man. I guess so, crypto hoarder, man. So total, good news, I mean, goodish news. You did close above. As you broke below it with a close, you now closed above the February candle high close from February 20th of last year. That's good. That's better than confirming it. You know, you might confirm it today when you break down, but it's at least good for now, and that's okay. Just, you know, keeping you up to date on all these levels, important levels. I don't know about that, dude. If you went to 43K, you'd be in real good shape. But, man, we've never been ones to... We can be optimistic, we can feel good because of certain variables presenting themselves, but it's really tough with the macro. The macro is hard mode. We are on hard mode macro right now. Good God. The world is shifting in its shape, and we're watching it unfold, and that will affect the living crap out of financial markets. You will see massive, unbelievable rotations with all that capital slushing around every day. A lot of capital events occurring like this is going to shift to other markets, other places. My friend, you know, I talk to, I mean, normally like every day now again, but my friend Larley, some of y'all might know from way back. He brought up something interesting about, and I agree. It looks so good. Where is it? It's a sector. Yeah, it's OIH, man. It's crazy. Like this is insane. Like he, you know, I think it was somebody that brought it up and to him or in a tweet or something, and then he showed it to me. I'm like, dang, man. And I started going exploring on the chart way back. And I did all the work on my other laptop, but I didn't save my work here. I'm about to just do this all from scratch. Okay, this is OIH, Oil Services ETF. That, of course, collapsed. I mean, my God, it went to $74 all-time lows, the COVID crash. But what a comeback it's having. And, yeah, I mean, locally, insanely good-looking. Triple bottoming here, almost inverse head and shouldering a little bit. And this is something, though, that's so important, okay? Listen to this one thing that's happened as of Friday, as of yesterday with a close. OIH, Oil Services ETF, broke back above its 200-week simple moving average for the first effing time since November of 2014. That is crazy. And that's not something to be ignored in my opinion, like at all. Like, no way. So my music stopped. Let's see. So I'm sure we got a little channel going on here. We anchor. Probably like that. Yeah, that's what's going on. You just got this really beautiful uptrend going on right now. 2 on the top, 3 on the top, and then 2 on the bottom. And the heart line, you broke the heart line too. So I think this next target is going to be between 281 and 311. And once you break that area, there's a lot of upsides. We're looking at $500 almost if you break 311. Upside potential could be insane. Okay, could be crazy. So just pay attention. And here's another thing. Let's see. Don't think we could. Let's look your low to high here. See, you hit a 1414 fib extension too and bottomed out from that previous low to high. I don't think you ever hit any 1272 from this low to high though. So you could almost just look at this thinking about the wave structures, the XA BCDs. You made the X, you made the A, you made the B, the C, and the C to D wave could be complete after hitting a fib extension like that. We'll see. I mean, yeah, here's maybe how we could look at it. I don't know if this is it either. From this low to high, the X, the A, the B, that's a deep one. That's an 886. That's a deep crab. Is that a 1.6? No, that's a 200. 200 way exceeded, far exceeded the PCZ of that. But what did we see that hit a 200%? Natural, or NAT, did the same thing. It created the M shape but went to the 200. 200 and the 324. I think 324 maybe makes it still valid. But either way, great. We'll see what happens. I'm just going back to Bitcoin for a sec. Future, I mean, it's just kind of these are murky times, right? They could think there are better asset classes with a valid, stronger argument for a bullish upside, right? Like the metals, but that hasn't changed. That's been the case for like a month now, like at least for actionable longs, right? And then like with Bitcoin, it's been so choppy, and it's really choppy now. And as we talked about, if you got different time scales telling us different things, that makes it really tough. You got to have the stars aligning. The stars aligning are where all the time scales and all the oscillators, all the indicators at inflection points are all saying the same thing at the same time. But when you have, you know, time scales and oscillators all kind of doing different things, the stars aren't aligned. It makes it tougher for a potential trade. I think it makes the actual trade itself weaker of an argument, right? It makes the argument itself weaker. Okay, but you're not dead yet, and you're trying to make a higher low somehow, and you do have help on the 4 hour, implying that this would probably go to 40,000 if this played out that we're staring at here, and the 60-minute got invalidated. 40K would be your target. 40,600. Big if true, true if big. XRP big channel. I mean, XRP, you don't even have to look at it like a channel, dude. XRP just looks good. Like, outperforming Bitcoin since the outperforming most things since the January 24th low. Almost everything's out. And then Luna's, you know, another league itself too. So, but again, like, these things haven't changed. It's just like with the new data, I'm more impressed because it just wasn't really affected that much. It had bad price day, but it just didn't. It stayed above all supports. It's just hanging out there, still making higher lows. In the previous lows, it's good, man. XRP's good. Until something changes, right? I mean, that's the way it is. Like, we are presented with data, and until we get more data, you can have a conclusion. But a lot of times, you can't really even have a conclusion because the variables all the things are not lining up. So we're probably coin flipping without the variables all lining up. That, sir, it's true. I mean, like, but this is, you just got to remember, this is a swing trading, technical analysis centric channel. So, of course, doing nothing, just holding and owning Bitcoin is, you could do that and you'd be fine. But at the same time, here we are. Let's be practical that you can't go back in time. You can't buy it and do nothing. What about people now? Like, what about the occurrence now? And we have hold accounts. Most of us in here have accounts we've been holding for years that we have done nothing. And it's been life-changing gains, even at this point where we are now. Because, we're talking years. We're talking like low thousands on Bitcoin. Low hundreds on Ethereum, right? So those are there. But we're talking about like the other accounts, not your hold account. The account where you would try to take advantage of the, supports, resistances, and the edge you can gain at those levels. So, of course. So, monatomic gold is a powerful electrical conductor that has been known to help with physical and mental energy. Interesting. What kind of studies have they done? I mean, study of a lot of people, case study or whatever. Oh yeah, Krebs, my bad, dude. Let's see. Yeah, there's one request. I'm sorry, it's weekend. We're doing the crazy stuff. We're just spitballing and. Okay. PCU. PZU.
Appreciate the knowledge and insights. Can we take a look at $N? Thanks, bud.
So Hooch, right? Thank you, dude, for the. That's like $420 today.
Is that a joint? Is that a joint?
Dude, is that a joint? Thanks, man. Wow. Good number. Gonna look at this one real quick, and then we'll go to that. Yikes, down 6.6%. Very bearish, extremely bearish. And if you would have asked me about this recently, I'd have been hyper bearish, dude. So bad. The overall trend is bearish in terms of your high from 2015, your lower high from 2017, your lower high from September 2021. All it does is make lower highs, lower lows. It was a pretty amazing little bear shark here, wasn't it? It was a perfect bear shark. They hit the 113. No, it didn't even. It hit 100%. That's what it did. It hit a 99.8% retrace.
You're the man. This is a great channel. Stack sides.
What's up, Scowl Gabble? Thanks for the 1111. Make a wish. Thank you, dude. Whichever, yeah, we'll look at Rune, Thor Connect, or whatever. Yeah, sure. Thanks for the 440 on the day, I think. Yep. So it'd be like, hey, man, you see this thing? You see what it's trying to do here? These lows back from 2011, 2012.
Oh, and one more. Let's take a look at $Q audio.
We'll do it. Thank you. We'll look at it. Yeah. Much love. So this was requested because it is at a major inflection point from history. Not your strongest, but because, like, look, you've fallen through it like a joke in 2016, and fell through it like a joke in 2020, fell through it like a joke later in 2020. It's like, so it is kind of been crap, but when it did break back above it and back tested it, look what it did. It sprung back, tested the spring with confirmation, rallied at the top, and then dumped again, rolled over. But yeah, I don't think there's any action to take. It's gotten here so
Mitch,
fast.
Can we look at the cost Nasdaq chart? Looking for safe assets for now. 0.00051787 BTC.
Thank you, Stuart, man. Yeah, we'll look at that. Thank you. Bye, man. Something they updated this app and then it just started breaking, man. So weird. Like turns off my lights, man. And then it's just like the app doesn't respond. Like, dude, well, something's like broke, man, recently, of course. Shoot, dude. Okay. So, right, I mean, we know you're at a critical level. You keep hitting that RSI, the same spot on the daily. I mean, look, what we're going to look for at this level is a confirmation low. Now, on the confirmation low, we're showing bullish divergence or something. You're reacting here, so scalper could take a shot here, give it, but that thing closed, on at its lowest price, literally, The lowest daily candle close since December of 2020. That's not, I mean, buying into that. Maybe if it does just rally because, you know, limit buys, it's probably going to make a lower high than the previous high and roll over again. You know? So just cool that it's there, but I don't think there's enough variables to give you a strong argument for a legitimate swing trade right now. But yeah, pay attention to that level, okay? And look for a confirmation level with divergence down there. Could bounce, yep, but the bounce may not just be another lower high. It rolls over again for a back test. Okay, that was PZU. Next request, Ren. Yep, well, I mean, the thing is, it looked good, and then it exceeded the 886 and went to the 100% retrace, but at the same time, it's starting to show bullish divergence on the second low. God, all that failed, man. Just, yeah, I mean, nearer, closer, I mean, I guess lower risk, closer to that major inflection point, right? Yeah, the Class B bullish divergence, at least on the, this is the daily, too. This isn't a joke. This is the daily, and it's both oscillators showing seller exhaustion there, and it began to rally, but it hasn't even broken its high from February 11th. So let's say this played out. Let's say, like, you know, Bitcoin gave us favorable price action enough to where it played out. This target would be 56 to 59 cents. That's it. Like, easy. Like, it's so easy to target, right, for that. Problem is, you can clearly see a range between 16.7 and 59 cents. You're kind of close to the middle of it. But yeah, I mean, 100% shark that's trying to type 2 here, and it had divergence. But almost like after making the same high, it just shows like bearish divergence right after. That's kind of what Bitcoin did. So I don't know, man. I mean, like, right, it's trying to confirm the bottom. And if it actually, you know, Bitcoin caught some bids, you'd be going to 56 to 59 cents. That's it. That's your REN. Okay. Huchai Ray. All right, next one for you. Dang, man. What a disappointment, man. This is like, yeah, you fall below these critical levels, and what happens? What happens to the asset when you fall below the critical areas? You go to the next ones. That's exactly what this did. It was showing divergence at this ice line, try to break back above it, and then Bitcoin rolled over and killed it. Killed any kind of argument you had, and like once it broke that level, boom, straight down to the next level from July of last year. Terrible. But yeah, dead middle of a range, right? You're between $3 and $6.60 right now. Yep. So if you think about it, it could be like a massive shark looking, like Bitcoin a little bit, right? Or the XABCD or 0XABC. Maybe trying to type 2. Bullish divergence is there. What a rally. But you got to get back above 658. That's it on this one. Got to get it back above 658. You broke the supply line, but you haven't reversed your trend. In actuality, to reverse your midterm downtrend, you're going to have to break back above 826. That's your previous major discernible swing high, I think, on the daily on this one. So got a lot of work to do. Hopefully, you can just make a higher low than its previous lows, and then it rallies and breaks 658. But it's again, it's like extremely similar to what Bitcoin's doing. Like where we had that on Bitcoin, and then you just do this, and then it's literally perfect. Wow. It was 100% retrace though. Yeah, that happens. M shape. So that just means look to Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin does is where Rune's going. Rune's just going to follow Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin, you know, actually pivots and rallies to 42K. Then this thing rallies and is probably going to see 620 to 660. There you go. That's your Rune. Next one. It's incredible. I mean, it's still like literally amazing. Like, yeah, bad price days. Yeah, not doing much, not catching fall through off that engulfing, but it's still valid for now. The divergence has been there. I mean, like, it literally is perfect. And it just, You can't get mad at me for identifying the same thing that's played out a million times over all markets over the past 100 years, and it just fails this time. It does. They fail. Like, they don't always play out. But my God, we've identified it. It's there. It's right at the area where it would reverse, and it's showing that sellers are exhausted on the second low. The second low just happens to be lined up with an inflection point. That first daily candle close ever on this chart, August 31st, 2021. I mean, that's it. Like, if it doesn't hold 188, it goes down to $1. It loses almost half its value if it breaks the support. But the thing is, it like tried to confirm that that support was going to hold, and it still could. All you need is help from Bitcoin. That's it. And if it does hold, then you're going to 417, which is the candle high close back from October 26th of last year. Also where it's been respected February 10th. I think if it sees it again, it's probably going to break it, and then much higher prices, like 770 if it ever broke that. So, yep. Follow through has been kind of meh on the second potential low here, the confirmation low. The bullish divergence has been very, very trash performing right now. Not very good, but you know, that's the macro. That's what happens when Europe crashes some. Cost for Stewart. Which Costco? Oh, very interesting here. Very interesting. Well, you can't argue here. You know, you gotta be like, okay. This thing has just gone insane, man. Used to have this old channel and just like broke out of it, back tested it, and just gone. Okay. So Costco, what a beast. Hey, look what it did. It was the cipher, man, right? Like a perfect cipher, or maybe not. Almost. It went to 78% retrace instead of 786 retrace. Okay, nice M shape, and then a type 2 on the M shape. That reminds me of Nvidia, and unfortunately AMD. They just aren't really doing much. But you're attempting a rally here, and it's okay, right? I mean, you think about if this wave structure, it's like a dragon kind of, like, then fine. You broke the spine of the dragon, and you've now back tested the spine of the dragon. It's the dragon. Right, supply line broken. Here's a foot. Here's the second foot, whacked out foot, right? It was on that crazy day, January 24th. You break out, you back test. Oh, bearish abandoned baby. Another bearish abandoned baby confirmed. What? Don't do this to me. This is what the NASDAQ did, like, before it rolled over. So don't think you want to be bearish abandoned. That's a textbook bearish abandoned baby, dude. Like, by all means, that's perfect. And there is bearish divergence on the MACD histogram starting to develop here, but the trend is so bullish. Such a bullish uptrend right now, man. Like, hard to bet against an uptrend that is well above its 200 moving average, and back testing the supply line of support. So if it does hold successfully, your next target, of course, is 560, 566. That's it, right? And if anything, you know, it's just like one of those bearish Gartleys. 618. Yep, perfect 618. Pretty much. And then the 786 is a minimum target on this, no matter what, is going to be like 550, 548. Okay. And that could be where it rolls over. It could reverse. That's a beautiful M-shape in development that has just not quite completed its C to D wave. Y'all. Here's your Costco. It's so good though, so strong right now. It's hard to, you know, the way it is. It's hard to see like the bearish stuff being very reliable. We're playing out, right? I mean, the bearish divergence certainly played out very well in late December, where it did dump, but now it's pivoted once, and it's now showing like confirmation of accumulation. That's what a second higher low, low, and then the higher low locally is. So minimum target 550, but if things are getting hot, 566 and beyond. Yep, all-time highs above that. Costco, there you go, man. And that was the last request. Stuart, thanks for the Bitcoin contribution, man. Fake news, Dolov. Fake news. That is not even sneaky, and that's not even moving up. That's like literally nothing. This is nothing. That is not going up. That's as trash price action as you saw the past, all the other candles we've seen this weekend. Yeah, Kroger, all these defensive stocks doing pretty well. Twin abandoned babies. Just call that the bearish abandoned orphanage, dude, or something, or a bearish orphanage. Yeah, you know, so, I mean, showing all that accumulation is true. It really is, but yeah, it just depends on the macro, man. Like, you know, maybe a lot of these assets are showing 200-day large structures with type 2 returns, and they're looking ready finally for a reversal of the upside, but you have to have Bitcoin play ball. And I think the macro has been really testing everything lately. It's tough, man. Tough market conditions. Really is. So I've been live for 1 hour and 30 minutes now. So if you're enjoying it, to the like button, that bell, a sub. And I don't know how much longer I'll be live. That's pretty long for a weekend Saturday nothing burger stream. This is a literal nothing burger stream, right? So you got about we got about 400 votes on this poll. Will the hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour time scale play out on Bitcoin? I said 4-hour twice. Wow, stupid. My bad. Majority says yes. So you know what that means. Get wrecked, majority. Minority's gonna win again, like it does. All right. Anyone got anything to say in the chat? Or is this it? We good? All right, I guess we're good. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate everyone coming out, and thank you so much, Huchai Ray, for being a top Jesus today. About $480 contribution, or $440 contribution on the day, I think. Maybe more. Maybe it's like $480 because of the other tips. That's kind of. And then thank you so much to Crypto Hoarder for the $101.40 on the day, I think. Yep. And thanks everyone else. So be sure to join the Discord or the Patreon if you want trade setups, education, premium access to the premium Discord chat, and all of my charts and stuff. So I'll be back. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until next time, respect the TA.
Bye.